Now, Friday Night Blitz on KEZI 9 News.
We're the Silverton Bosses, and you're watching Friday Night Blitz! Woo!
Welcome to the Friday Night Blitz. I'm Jake Ziven. He is Eric Elkin. It is the final day of the regular season for the big schools, the 6, 5, and 4A teams in the state. And in the 6A Southwest League, Sheldon has already clinched a playoff berth.
But still plenty on the line for Sheldon tonight. The Irish trying to stay in the top 8 of the OSAA's power rankings heading into tonight. Sheldon was right on the border, ranked 8th.
The Irish down at Grants Pass this evening. They beat the Cavemen 5 years in a row. Sheldon's Kellen Strom returning a kickoff. 75 yards down the sideline for the first score of the night. Kellen Strom, such a dynamic player, just like his older brother Connor was. It's 7-0 Sheldon in the first quarter. As Sheldon's quarterback Joseph Kuhn then hands it off to Yadi Dunmore. Dunmore, 30 yards, bringing it down just shy of the end zone, and that would lead to Kuhn to Mitchell Herbert. Touchdown Sheldon. It's 14-3. Later on, it's Yadi Dunmore again, just breaking into the open field. A long touchdown run for the Irish. That made it 21-10 Sheldon. The Irish go on to win 45-25 over Grants Pass.
North Medford already has a banner for their conference title, clinched last week. Black Tornado trying to win it outright. Roseburg trying to spoil it early in the first. Levi Holden, Southwestern Conference rushing leader. He takes it 43 yards down to the 5. Indians would punch it in from there. Roseburg then up 7-0. And then in the second leading rusher in the conference, Nick Janakis gets the carry, takes a couple of defenders with him into the end zone, extra point block, so it's still 7-6 Roseburg, 10-6 Indians now. First play of the second half, Troy Fowler looking deep, goes deep, ball tipped, but Tristan Holmes stays with it, and he can trot on into the end zone. 2-point conversion, good. First lead of the game for the Black Tornado, 14-10. Under a minute to go, Roseburg needing a touchdown. Cody Walker goes deep, but it's picked off. Tristan Holmes, that seals it. North Medford wins the outright conference title with a 14-10 win over Roseburg.
Thurston in a showdown at home against South Eugene, third quarter. Thurston up 10-0. Ray Roundtree can't find an open receiver, so he's scrambling around, moves to his right, just heaves it downfield, and that's not a bad idea when you have a guy like Connor Still on the other end. Goes up and gets it just shy of the goal line down at the 1, but that sets up Quinn Cota off the pitch. He takes it in. Thurston takes a 10-7. South Eugene cuts the Thurston lead to 10-7. In the fourth, it's 13-7. Now Colts up. Brendan Quinn to Carson Cook on the screen, bobs and weaves his way down the field for a touchdown. 20-7 Thurston. That's the way it will end. Colts win 20-7.
So North Medford wins the Southwest title. They get a bye into the playoffs alongside Sheldon and Grants Pass. South Medford and Roseburg finish tied for 4th, but the Panthers have the head-to-head tiebreaker, so South Medford into the playoffs. Roseburg will join Thurston and South Eugene in play-in games. To the 5A Midwestern League, 5th-ranked Springfield against Churchill. Game of the week. You saw it live on Live Well Western Oregon. First quarter, Springfield threatening. You've heard this a lot this season. Trevor Watson to Taylor Travis. Travis takes care of the rest. 14-yard touchdown. Extra point no good, though, so the score is 6-0 Millers. Springfield's lead now 6-3 in the second. Watson right up the gut, untouched, 46 yards for the touchdown. So this is where they pull away up 13-3, right, Jake?
Wrong.
Final play of the first half. Miller's trying to punch it in from a yard out. Alan Smeltzer fumbles at into the end zone. Mitch Hindram picks it up, and Hindram has nothing but green in front of him. The D lineman rumbling all the way for the 100-yard fumble return for a touchdown. That made it just a 3-point game at the half. It was still 13-10 in the fourth quarter, but the Millers finally pull away late. Travis scores from 5 yards out. He added another one later. It wasn't pretty, but the Millers win 27-10 after a wild finish to that first half.
It took a lot of maturity and discipline among our team. I mean, you can look across the board and say we're pretty young, but I mean, as far as our kids as men, they're very mature, and we have a good coach who makes good halftime speeches.
We said at the beginning of the year our team goal was to win a state championship, and yeah, it's a realistic goal. I'm not sitting here saying it to say it. I think you look around with some of the athletes we have, And so, yeah, that's our goal. I mean, I think we got as good a right to say that as any team in the state right now.
Springfield likely will be the 4th seed in the power rankings when they come out tomorrow. Marist hosting winless North Eugene first quarter. Marist keeping it on the ground as they are wont to do this year. Andrew Park, big hole, 60-plus yard gain down inside the 5. That led to Matt Haney, first touchdown of the game from Brody Cooper. Marist up 7-0. Then it's Park getting his first touchdown of the game. Marist second, so it's 14-zip Spartans. Marist going back to the air, Brody Cooper to Dustin Jones. He's the only healthy wideout on the team, and he takes it 33 yards for the touchdown. Marist up 21-zip. It was a rough day for North Eugene. The ball's coughed up in the end zone. Corey Thompson-Falconer falls on it for the touchdown. Marist shuts out the Highlanders 43-0. Final Midwestern League standings. Ashland wins the league title. The Grizzlies likely secure a top 8 seed at least, along with Springfield, who will probably actually be ranked higher than Ashland. That's the OSAA's crazy ranking. Eagle Point, Churchill, Marist all waiting for the power rankings to come out to find out if their seasons will continue. Well, Willamette had a bye this week, so their season technically ended a week early. That is it for the Midwestern League. Now to the MidWillamette League. Our Stephen Nelson is live in the studio with tonight's highlights.
Thanks, Jake. Now, out of the 5A teams that will most likely automatically qualify for the postseason, 3 are from the Mid-Willamette. That would be West Albany, Silverton, and Crescent Valley, the most of any league in the state. West Albany has already clinched the league title, finishing their regular season against Corvallis tonight. It was 61-0 West at halftime, but third quarter, Spartans ball. J.D. Laswell drops the ball, but it's still live. He finally figures it out, falls in a touchdown. No shutout for the Bulldogs, 61-7 now. Still in the third, the handoff to Jeffrey Lacoste. Jake Lacoste had 5 touchdowns on 6 carries, but look at Jeffrey go, 68-7 West A now. Fourth quarter, Corvallis with the ball again. Lance Peterson keeps it himself, rolls to his right, runs it in for the touchdown, but it was a Bulldogs blowout, 68-13. South Albany looking to upset 4th-ranked Silverton at home tonight. Early in the first, handoff to Max Wilson, goes to his left, Foxes in for the touchdown, 7-0 Silverton. Rebels ball now. Tyler Kelsch hits Elias Shearer, who then gets hit by Mathis KEZI. The ball is out. Wyatt Arrington recovers, eventually gets brought down. Now Silverton ball. Later, it worked earlier, so why not do it again? Handoff to Wilson. He goes to his right this time for the touchdown. Another score for the Foxes. Still in the first, Foxes ball again. Handoff to Court Martin, who goes to his right, breaks some tackles, pushes his way into the end zone, 21-0 Silverton. Second quarter, Silverton ball again. The Foxes had the ball all night, apparently. Handoff to Wilson again, another touchdown for him, 28-0 there. Silverton cruises to a 56-6 victory. Looking at the other Mid-Willamette League games, tonight Crescent Valley crushes Woodburn 48-10, and Dallas destroys Lebanon 56-6, the same score that Silverton game. Now here's the final Mid-Willamette League standings. West Albany is the league champ and has secured an automatic playoff bid. Silverton, Crescent Valley, and Dallas look to be heading to the postseason as well. Because West Albany and Silverton will finish in the top 8, they will have a bye for the first round of the playoff next weekend. Crescent Valley and most likely Dallas will learn who their opponents are by Monday. In the studio, back to you guys.
Thank you, Stephen. Coming up next, more high school football, including one team putting up more points in one quarter than some teams do all season. Find out how much they scored right after the break.
Welcome back to Friday Night Blitz on KEZI 9 News.
To the 4A SkyM League, where Cottage Grove currently sits in first and could clinch the league title and an automatic playoff berth with a win tonight.
But to do that, the 4th-ranked Lions would have to beat last year's SkyM champ, Sweet Home. Sweet Home 4-4 on the year, hoping to end its regular season above 500. Pick things up in the third quarter. Cottage Grove's Darren Voigt picks off the pass. Lions playing some stingy defense. Later on, Sweet Home trying to get something going. After the snap was bobbled, Brandon Keenan gets the screen pass, takes it 53 yards thanks to some great blocking downfield. Kind of looks like Keenan Lowe right there with that block downfield by the receivers. That would lead to this. Keenan gets to finish it off with a touchdown run. That made it 28-14. Cottage Grove still in front. The Lions just too much in this one. Scotty Hittner on the keeper in the fourth quarter. He's in for the score. Cottage Grove goes on to win 35-14.
Elmira trying to hold on to second place in the SkyM visiting Junction City. Tigers down 14-0 in the second, going for it on 4th and 1, but the defense stuffs them and they take over on downs. Ensuing Elmira drive, delayed handoff to Taj Wilson. Runs to his left, gets upended just shy of the end zone, and Elmira would punch it in. Elmira led 21-0 at the half and wins easily, 35-8.
To 3A, undefeated Harrisburg already locked up the Pac-West League title, hosting Pleasant Hill tonight. Billy's opening drive featured a heavy dose of Charlie Ward. Punches it in for a touchdown, 7-0 Billies. Love the name Charlie Ward. Ensuing kickoff, Dylan Ritchie's kick is a knuckler. Bounces past Dax Wilson, might not be as good as Dax, to the Harrisburg goal line. Wilson goes back, fields it, starts running, weaves through traffic, and he's still running. Avoids a few tackles, and now he's running in the open field. Wilson goes 90 yards for the touchdown. That is Sunday Sports Extra Top 5 nominee, and it helps the Eagles fly past the Billies 24-7.
Great 2A matchup. One-loss Monroe hosting the defending state champs undefeated Oakland. It was 18-7 Dragons at halftime in the third. Austin Baker takes the handoff, cuts left, he's free and gone. The speed from Baker, 44-yard touchdown run for Monroe. Dragons going for 2. Zach Hollenbach keeps it, stretches, converts, then finds our camera, shoots, brother. 26-7 Monroe. Oakland looking to make something happen at the start of the fourth. Peyton Mesa, 10-yard touchdown run. That makes it a 12-point game, but then came the dagger from the Dragons. Jacob Meeker, play action pass to Hollenbach, who stays on his feet and goes to the house, 65 yards in all. The Dragons with a big win, 34-14.
How about some 8-man football, Jake? Undefeated Lowell hosting undefeated Triangle Lake for the 1A District 5 title.
Let's go.
That's got to be a good game, right? 1 minute into the game, Josh Cardwell keeps the ball himself, shakes the defender, touchdown, 15 yards out, 8-0 Red Devils after a successful 2-point conversion. Lowell's next possession, Austin McNichols take it up the middle. He's in for the easy 25-yard touchdown run. Just over a minute later, Tanner Harvey this time, and Harvey goes untouched. Up the middle, he's gone for the 60-yard touchdown, 24-0 Red Devils. It was 74-0 after the first quarter. 74-0. And then Lowell thrashes the Lakers 86-22. They actually started taking a knee when it was 80-0.
In the second quarter.
In the second quarter, and then punting.
According to some high school football historians via Steve Mims, the Register guard, that is the second most points ever scored in a quarter in Oregon history. 1919, Eugene High scored 75 against Cottage Grove. It's been 94 years, almost 100 years.
Just crazy.